오야 다치로 넘버서 강가 다시 될래 되는 소소산에 가와로 여바 이나요 되네 먼저 타니 오지는 이거요 선바치네다 어떻게 보시는 예로 치스
So first of all, tashi dele to all of my Dharma friends, and wherever you may be located in the world, please listen as if we are close to each other.
되네 다 드리야 택이야 가디 치바르 와서 어땅가로서 안에 세계 놀로니 가디 이나 대와 여바 노지 안에 여대야 대시 부서 줘봐진 대와요 아래 서와.
And so today, same as usual, we will be talking about how to achieve that wish which is always within our mind, and that wish is to be able to achieve a stable happiness.
안에 다 대저바셔 발랐더니 다 쫀다 못했더니 샘 가르가르 그거래 안에 델 바치시키게 샘 가르가르를 대파 거야게 내서 같이 모친 되자고 요레스.
So in order to be able to achieve that happiness, we need to identify the types of mind, the wholesome things we need, and increase those. And we also need to identify the minds that are obstacles to that happiness and deal with those.
안에 다 가져라봐 노지 되는 알아서 안에 다 대신 이내지 그거요나 안에 거의 실로로 봐놔야 코알레 타와 안에 능화 요zul레 타와 타발은 로야가 안에 손스지 같이 뭐 그거 요레스.
And as we mentioned before, in terms of searching for this happiness, what we need to do is to build a determination to seek a happiness beyond that which depends on externals. To be able to seek a happiness not within samsara, but away from samsara. In other words, to seek towards the happiness of liberation.
아니 나로서 강같이 바래 그냥 코알 아주잖아 코알 놀러 때는 야 센들이 있네 시와 시말이네 코알 놀 거라 야니 대대아티 대지바 시키게 전에 샘프게 샘여버들 다 내와 시키선 아무도 바제시게 되는 지디 지지에서 하지요 아레스.
And so in terms of what it keeps us all within samsara, and not just in this lifetime, but in terms of what keeps us circling through samsara from lifetime to lifetime, there are several things, but one of the main one is these minds of the eight worldly concerns, or the eight worldly dharmas.
다 뒤오겠더니 다 그냥 그게 야래 코알 대학 레서야라 때는 로바 전부 시니까 디에나 코알 놀 대대야 레가시요 아레스.
And so these eight worldly dharmas, they sort of compel us to accumulate the causes, to accumulate the karma which keeps us in samsara. And through accumulating these causes of samsara, we continue to circle through it.
나로서가 노알 코로서가 수쇼 셰반다 뭐지. 무슨 야본로야 그때 로바 지요 반 노아지 첨부지 아레스.
And we have this sort of mistaken appearance, or this mistaken idea that these eight worldly dharmas or eight worldly concerns are something that somehow protects us, or something that somehow aids us here.
아니 레오레 되는 이때 야본로야라 때인데 표도도 용시 바지래. 이나요 내가 때인데 대시래야 때는 오키가 바지셔야 내서 뭐지 하레스.
And so you might be able to argue that nominally, from a worldly point of view, certain aspects of these eight worldly concerns might help you get what you seek. But if you think about it from the point of view of achieving meaningful happiness, if you think about it from the point of view of going towards lasting happiness, then actually these eight worldly concerns are something that hinders us. So it's really important that you check, especially for beginners, to think about what these eight worldly dharmas are, to think about how these eight worldly dharmas and this way of thinking causes bad feelings to arise, and to think about how these eight worldly dharmas cause more discursive thought, mental projection. So Geshe said that his plan is, in terms of these eight worldly dharmas, to explain them together in sets of 2 with a little bit of explanation, and then hopefully also with some meditation. So as a first step, let's just put our body and minds into a relaxed state.
치 녀마 파이로 노지 전에 저항하면 어떤 말이 봐. 이노요 소마지 그요레스.
So just like through the rays of the sun, the dew or the water particles are absorbed, are evaporated, think that any discursive thoughts, any negative thoughts are cleared away.
아니 롱간이갈 세미로지가 게사와 토마테네 메바 든디가 봐. 자치 뭐지요스.
And also think that the nature of my mind, others' minds, the nature is pure luminosity. There are no inherently existent stains.
강행우주 메와시토야 대시 차총어저터 드니니 바치요스.
This mind has the capacity to clear away, to be rid of all problems. It has the capacity to be able to achieve every lasting happiness.
이나요 이때 치제 되는 거고도니 단다 받아 코알은 용용코는 아니 약간씩 됐어.
However, these 8 worldly dharmas, they have tricked us or deceived us. And because we've been tricked, we continue again and again to circle through samsara, through cyclic existence.
대용 이때 치제 돈보니 뭐를 자볼 수만 오지 이때 쳔바 녀도 뭐녀도 자보처럼 가디 이나요 아니 무슨 근데레가 이나요 잘라지 라바 이나 아니 기보요야 아니 잘라지 마라바 이나 기보면바 가디나 트리셰데바 이나 아니 셀시 되지면요 말이스.
So in terms of these 8 worldly dharmas, as explained by Nāgārjuna to his friend the king in the scripture Letter to a Friend, the first 2, gain and loss. So Nāgārjuna explained to the king, when guests and subjects come to visit you, if you don't get any gifts from them, feeling really upset, disturbed by that, unhappy. When you do receive gifts, feeling very happy. If you are happy when you receive a gift and unhappy when you don't, you will not be able to achieve lasting peace.
마로스이나요 노도 모와 아니 텔라테니스 렌 리치카미 센지카미 뭐지 네츠지 라야가 쳇더니 바칼레자 아니 테리주주 어찌 테마르네테네 까미 뭐인 거です.
We see this through our own experience, don't we? In order to seek some sort of happiness with the body and mind, we focus on acquiring something. We focus on getting something. If we do get it, it can cause more mental projections. And if we don't get it, if we aren't able to get what we seek, this can cause unhappiness. We won't be happy. We need a mind that is able to, if we receive what we seek, to be happy, but also if we don't receive it, if we aren't able to get it, we need to be able to keep our body and mind peaceful. Have this determination to do that, whether gain or loss. If we are able to maintain that, then a lot of the false projections related to acquiring things will be cleared away. We will be able to remain peaceful.
니바니 대화 로조도 놀래 싶을까? 대화 주나 다대야 받았어. 아니 로조도 놀래 싶을까? 대화 마슈와 아니 릴도 셀때에서 칼렌더 가서나 다대 야보면 있으네. 근데 진짜 대화 주지질 쳐네. 가디 이런 거 거로.
Similarly, the next 2 of the 8, happiness and unhappiness. When we study and practice and we have pleasant or happy emotions, we feel very, very kind of excited and gratified with that. Similarly, when we study and practice and we don't immediately achieve that feeling of happiness, instead we encounter even just a little bit of obstacles, we become despondent by that. So thinking, I will not allow myself to waver according to small experiences of happiness and unhappiness. I will remain stable.
대화 주주실 처하는 데는 센지시 댕기네 토야를 빠지시는데 댕기네를 빠지고.
If I continuously chase after these small worldly happinesses, this actually will become an obstacle to a lasting happiness in my mind. So meditate on the truth of these words. I think this is definitely something I'll work on.
Somebody senior mono te la kishuna halevi gawo. Ani shejesu kete the shunatane halevi magawa chimbuchine yo kowal chimbuchi kode.
So the next one's fame and insignificance. If I hear good things about myself, if my fame and name increase, I become overjoyed. If I hear something negative and I feel insignificance, then I become despondent.
Giovanni teme chi te chi jevo sosol terato che siuna allevetene ganila upage chaje chembo chideaji sosol merato che siuna telatene makawachne haleve danuji tanina yo khwal chimbochiko.
And praise and blame are the final two for the total of 8 worldly concerns. If someone praises us, then we experience this unbelievable attachment to that praise and we feel happy. If someone criticizes or blames us, we immediately feel angry and develop a dislike for that person, seeing them as an enemy.
Haleve terato che chimboshuna kabodi yungureten halle ashra amadi karresena yenda shejesu ke moboyarwas.
If someone praises me, I may develop this strong attachment, but if we think about it, that praise is not so significant, because at the same time that there are many who praise me, there are others who criticize me or put me down.
Haleve merato che shinayo sel kangete noto mombonyane danuji tagayamadi karresena terato ke yenda moboyarwas.
And if there are people who blame or criticize me, I don't need my mind to become totally disturbed and projecting and to see the person as an enemy, because just as there are people who criticize me, there are also people who praise me.
Jite chi gaze tembo yin chendelo chobe tene chaje haleve chembo tembo yungadu tela tene tene noto mombo choame mombo ane lito sel kanga chembo.
On the basis of attachment to the 8 worldly dharmas, then there is a strong attachment that manifests to this life. And because of that strong attachment, there are lots of discursive thoughts, mental projections, and these lead to negative and unpleasant feelings.
Deva chuot, chushibat. Demoyungum, Demayuna, no let Demoyunga.
If contentment does not come in a stable way, if the mind of little desire does not come in a stable way, then I won't be able to bring forth a stable practice.
Maliyabum, Seyobo, Haleagni Bajia, Sanjiti, Kaze, Tatu, Chujuto. Ane, Noleabuchis.
Because of this powerful human rebirth and this powerful human mind, because of their potential, as much as possible, I will decrease these 8 worldly dharmas or 8 worldly concerns and bring forth good practice. On the basis of this, I can definitely bring forth mental peace. On the basis of that, I can definitely bring forth positive mental qualities. With joy and the confidence that you can do this, then engage in hearing, contemplation, and meditation.
Oh yeah.
So briefly, that was the short meditation and advice for today.
Atane kaze tatanginere sobachinen jiti je kandisirende diga ani nyora kandisi yungodo ya potaje chini so ani ya gavingoni nyora tlojo nyora cherochis.
So then, as much as possible, try to be able to see the truth in these words, be able to recognize the 8 worldly dharmas and the problems that they cause. And then, with this in mind, diminish those and bring forth to study and practice well. So we won't do a dedication because this is a shorter session. We will end the meditation here. Thank you so much.